Hey guys, Andrew here and welcome back to my channel. So, if you don't know what I do by now, basically, if it's Canadian, I want to talk about it. You know, Toronto seems to get a lot of crap thrown at it. Whether that's the increase in rent prices, sports teams that seem like their whole motto is we'll try better next year, and of course a slew of crazy politicians, Toronto seems to get a lot of crap. But you know, it was almost much worse. In fact, at one point, somebody decided Toronto should have its own version of Jersey Shore. It all starts with this woman, Maryam Rahimi. Maryam moved to Toronto in about 2009 and decided she wanted to make a big splash as a television producer. So what did she do? Did she sit down, sketch out some ideas, come up with a long creative story and just... No, none of that. In fact, the whole idea wasn't even hers. So one night when she was hanging out with a friend, they were watching Jersey Shore, and her friend looked at her and said, there should be a Canadian version. And that's how we arrived at today's subject, Lakeshore. Lakeshore was an attempted reality show in 2010 that attempted to emulate the success of Jersey Shore and bring it to Canada. The show was supposed to feature 8 people living together and partying it up in the city of Toronto. So what happened? After the initial idea, she teamed up with producer George Titolis, and they created a website to help promote the idea. From there, they got people who wanted to be on the show, and they started doing auditions. And the auditions are online, and I gotta say, if anyone ever doubted the belief that the casting couch exists, these videos are proof that this kind of stuff can happen. After they got enough applicants, they narrowed the whole thing down to about 20 people. And from here, they filmed a sort of test episode where they took all 20 people, they put them on camera, they had them just hang out and do stuff together, and saw how well they worked together. From there, they took the number down to 8. From there, they started filming and doing biographies and just getting lots of B-roll for them so that they could put out a sizzle reel. And in 2010, we got our first look at the proposed Lakeshore. And oh boy, going through the cast, there's Joey the Italian.
I'm Joey V. I'm from Whitby, Ontario. I'm 21 and I'm Italian. See it? #1 WAP.
Robin the Jew. Yeah, really.
People will look up to me like I'm just not a normal human being, and people want to see that. People want to see originality, and that's totally me.
Salem the Lebanese.
Usually when I have my free time, I always like to go shopping, seeing what the new hottest things are and what to buy. Because when it comes to fashion, you have to be a little bit different. You can't be the normal. That's why we get the hot shit.
Sibel the Turk.
Bossy. I'm sexy.
If you screw me, your ass is gonna get burned.
Anna May the Vietnamese.
So if someone pisses me off, I'm a little too forgiving at first, but second time around it pissed me off again and that's it.
Tommy Hollywood the Czech.
AKA Lakeshore Tommy, AKA Pretty Boy Floyd, AKA Money Mayweather Tommy, AKA King of the Hood. You know what it is, Tommy Hollywood. I'm out of breath. I already told you what it was, what it is. It's always gonna be like that, it never changes, never. Never with capital letters. I got my crew, I got my entourage, I'm feeling good.
Carolina the Pole.
My strength is loyalty. If I was to describe myself in 5 words, I would be patient, artistic, well, creative, positive, and energetic.
And Downtown D, the Albanian.
I'm the people's choice. The people's champ. It's who the people want to see. Liquor me up a little bit, get on my bad side, see what's gonna happen.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be completely honest. I was never a fan of Jersey Shore. I always found the thing kind of dumb, but here's the thing. There is a place for dumb entertainment. You know, it's like when you watch trashy horror movies. It's bad and it's stupid, but there's some fun to it. Here, there's nothing funny about these people. There's nothing that really made me say, like, this is garbage, but it's fun garbage. They just come off as arrogant and annoying. As with most reality shows, there's a drama aspect, and they decided, hey, what's the worst thing we can try and pitch for this show's drama?
She doesn't like me. People that do too much of this don't have enough of this. I mean, I think it's because I'm Jewish and Israeli.
I'm not racist.
Because you know why? I hate everybody equally, especially Jewish people.
Anti-Semitism, folks. It was so bad that, in fact, the CEO of the Canadian Jewish Congress had to say something about it. Now, the way that this was supposed to play out was that Sibel was going to make her comments, Robin was going to call her out on it, they'd learn a lesson, etc., etc., but drama should not be something like this. This is racism, okay? And you know, to make matters worse, some of the people who were in the 20-person audition, they accused the producers of trying to incite racial drama to help sell this show. Okay, so by now you would think this show had no chance of going anywhere. It should have been dead in the water right from that first line. But somehow, someone decided, let's have meetings with these people. They can't all be bad. So Bell Media, MTV Canada, and Entertainment One all had meetings with the producers, and Entertainment One signed a deal with them. Great! More garbage on the air. Can't wait to see how this goes, right? Right? Actually, for once, something terrible ended up dying. Now, Miss Rahimi tried to explain that she thinks it was her lack of experience that made this show die in the hands of Entertainment One. But in my eyes, personally, I think it's the fact that once you peel back the layers of this show, there's really nothing there. Going back to its US counterpart, yes, Jersey Shore had them partying and having fun and having drama, but there were also quiet moments. This show felt like it was just them trying to be non-stop. Also, I kind of don't like the fact that with the audition tapes, we got to know who the producers were. The fact that they didn't take a step back and say, we need to be professional here, made it feel like they were just trying to turn this whole thing into a giant vacation. In November 2010, Marianne would send out an email saying that the project was dead. Now, not everybody was ready to let it go, and in fact, Tommy Hollywood would appear on MTV Creeps, a show that lasted briefly and in which he would try and defend Lakeshore a little bit against one of the contestants, but that's about it. The reason I bring this show up is because, to me, it's one of the few times where a bad idea thankfully died before it could get any worse. There was no reason for this, and from the get-go, it feels like nobody was really trying to create something unique or special. It was just a phoned-in copycat of something much more successful. Heck, as I mentioned earlier, it wasn't even her idea. It was just her friend shooting the breeze with her. Also, as much as it bothered me that only one cast member was a visible minority, thinking about it now, the whole thing about starting racial drama would have been way worse if there had been any members of the cast who were a visible minority. Alright, that's gonna do it for me. What did you think about this video? Hell, what did you think about this show? Were you there when it was first announced? Are you hearing about it now? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, that's gonna do it for me. I'm Andrew, you do you, and I'll see you later.